What does all this mean?
Well, what it means is that the Democrats, as you mentioned, are operating outside of the Constitution. Here in Georgia, we have a Constitution, we have laws, they're very clear, and they're operating outside of them. Then we have Republican leadership in the state of Georgia that actually has the law and the Constitution on their side, and they don't fight back. I mean, Dr. Johnson, who you saw that last clip, citing the fact that there are 140 election law violations, and she said it would be a travesty not to refer this on to the AG Chris Carr here in Georgia. Does Chris Carr need a referral from the Board of Elections to know that there's something here that needs to be investigated after 4 years? I mean, he lives here as well. He's the highest, legal officer of the state. So what we have is a failed Republican leadership Georgia. And so the Senate has had the subpoena power. We've been calling on them to use it to the State Ethics Committee to investigate Raffensperger. He just flat out said, nah, I don't think I'm going to do that. And so instead of doubling down and using their constitutional power, subpoena power, they kick the can over to the Board of Elections, which creates this type of chaos. And they're obviously a failed body because Dr. Johnson passed a motion for a referral, and she couldn't get a second from anybody else sitting at that board, which is blasphemous. And we've seen the same thing with the Fani Willis case with the Senate Prosecutorial Oversight Committee. The Senate could have dealt with Fani Willis last August. They chose not to. They kicked the can over to this prosecutorial committee. And we just have Republicans that won't uphold the law.